Chapter 8. It Takes Two to Tango. Hopefully you're all having a good day. You stand frozen in place outside of your dad's office, unable to move, as the sounds of your parents' conversation drift out. End of the Flints is on the horizon. We just have to get there. Getting there involves sneaking a 30-ton shipping container through New Athens docks. The same New Athens docks that you convinced me to cede to Flint's control. They don't know about Daedalus Manufacturing. Daedalus Manufacturing? Never heard that name before. This is too risky, Beckham. Even for you. Especially for you. Your mom sounds the same as she did the night of the gala when she was ready to gun down Nadia Flynn in the center of downtown. Full of rage, adrenaline, and pain. I promised you then, and I promise you now, they will die for what they did to our children, whatever the risk it's worth. I can't lose you too. I am done with contracts and politics. Time to hit them when it hurts, and a shipment will definitely hurt. You hear your mom sucking a sharp, angry breath. Beckham, you know we can't. Push through the door, determined to have your share in the rest of the conversation. Diamond. I can't. I couldn't help over here, just now. It's about time you came back. Let me guess, the meeting with the deputy mayor was a bust. Well, how'd you know, Mom? The deputy mayor stood me up for coffee. It was a no-show. He never had an intention of meeting me today. And you let him get away with that. It's not like I could kidnap him and make him drink coffee with me. So we're back to square one. Not exactly. I got us something better than a deputy mayor. I got us a hungry, ambitious intern. I like where this is headed. Her name is Jasmine. She's unpaid, overworked, desperate for a chance to prove herself. How do you know we can trust her? Because I told her exactly what she wanted to hear, and then I offered her $5,000 a month. She's already gathering intel on the mayor as we speak. That's my girl. You must have inherited a little bit of the old Beckham Wolf charm. I'm surprised, Diamond. I'm glad you took a heart to talk to Heart. I have a good feeling about Jasmine. I'll give her a few days before I ask her for her first report. I suppose a low-level mole is better than no mole at all. And no mole at all is better than an all-out war. What were you and Dad talking about when I came in? That's none of your business. I believe since it involves me, it is my business. But I heard you say something about sending a shipment through the Flint's docks. It's just an idea we're batting around, nothing you need to worry about. You have more than enough to handle already. Leave the Flints to us. The Flints are as much my business as yours. You can't protect me from them forever. Last I check, I'm still a wolf. Last I checked, you were getting awfully cozy with Victor Flint. I told you it was a business arrangement, and now it's done. I guess. How long has it been? 72 hours? Your father steps carefully between you. You're just going to have to sit this one out. It's for your own good. Mom said you were in danger. What I said is none of your concern. At some point, you're going to have to trust me to be a part of this family. You are a part of this family, which is why you will do what I say when I say it. I'm 22 years old. When Clyde was 16, you already had him running point on 3 different operations. That's enough, Diamond. You're nothing like your brother, and with the attitude like that, you'll never be. Your mom's words hit you like a shock of ice water. Unable to stand it another minute, you turn on your heel and storm out of the office. A few days later, you meet Faith at your family's restaurant for dinner and some very serious venting. It would be one thing if they had an actual reason for keeping me in the dark about the Daedalus Manufacturing plan. But no, it's just another thing they don't trust me with. That's bull. And it's not like they're taking the heat from all this. I'm the one getting shot at. They haven't even noticed how I've been working my ass off to learn everything they won't tell me. For the record, I think you're doing great. I wish they agreed with you. Hell, I passed my parents' stupid tests. I sent 2 men to their deaths. I guess that wasn't enough. Makes me glad I didn't tell them what I learned about Naughty and Vic's dad. They don't deserve to know. Hell no, not after the way they've treated you. As your anger starts to fade out, your mom's words continue to echo in your head, your stomach drops. They act like I didn't lose Clyde, too. Oh, babe. They just don't get that I... No, things they don't. I might be young, but I've seen more than my fair share of bloodshed. Imagine a world where our business isn't run like we're in a feudal Europe or a Stefan Sondheim musical. Parents are the worst. Why do I feel like she's just brushing me off? You saw her looking over at Faith, who seems completely absorbed in her plate of truffle risotto. Called it. Are you actually listening to me, or did you just come here for the free food? Babe, you know I can't listen and chew at the same time. Ugh. So I was right. Faith. Kidding. Sort of. Look, you're preaching to the choir over here. No one can shred your sense of self-worth faster than a parent. They know exactly where to hit and to make it hurt. Mine used to make bets with each other over the cause of my next emotional breakdown. I still don't know how you survive that. Bribery, mostly. I promised myself that if I made it to the 18th birthday, I'd give myself a gift or restraining order against them. Best decision I ever made. She pauses to consider you. You can't tell from her expression whether she's joking or not. Just say the word. I can hook you up with a lawyer who handled it for me. Faith, don't tempt me. If I stop being a wolf, then you and I can't be friends anymore. Nice try, but I'm not so easy to get rid of. You're stuck with me forever. Wolf or no wolf. That's a life sentence I can get behind. I doubt a restraining order would take, even if I tried. My parents have half the city's judges in their pockets, and the other half sees red when they hear the name Wolf. Yikes, I forgot about that part. I have to leave town, but New Athens is my city. And I'd appreciate it if Vic, Naughty, and my parents would stop trying to burn it to the ground. At least your stuff with the mayor's going well for the change. Did your new plant end up coming through for you? Then you should ask. Reach under your chair and grab the huge file box that was dropped off at Club Caviar this morning. Face eyes widen as you heave it under the table. Jasmine's reports, tabbed and color-coded. Wow. Turns out Jasmine is a very enthusiastic mole. Holy crap, she's got all that in a few days? From what I can tell, she's started with the basics. Where Mayor Trung grew up, where she went to college, that sort of stuff. And then followed up with her entire life story? Looks like it, yeah. We've got old police reports, permit applications, personal letters, employee records. If it's got an official stamp or signature, she threw it in. Damn, what a work ethic. If this intern mole thing doesn't work out for Jasmine, tell her to look me up. There's no way she'd give up politics. That girl's going places. Take it from me. She'll be running this country someday. With a little help from Diamond Wolf, of course. Faith starts flipping through the files, their fingers skimming neatly over the pages. Oh wow, some of this stuff is seriously old. These police reports go back almost a decade. Which were police reports? Please tell me there's some dirt on Mayor Trung or something in there. Faith pulls out one of the police reports with a low whistle. Or something. What did you find? On the mayor, nothing. On a certain Victor Flint, however... Snatch greedily at the paper. Surely enough, Vic's name flashes up at you from the top. Looks like Jasmine went above and beyond. It's not just that one either. Vic's name is all over these police reports. Our boy's got a serious record. Oh no, he's a bad boy. What an atypical, stereotypical shit. How many times can one person get arrested? Have you met my father? I had to take a drink of coffee for that one. Seriously, I heard he's got an arrest record longer than my arm. And I don't even know the dude. Beats me. After a while, it just looks sloppy. We'd better do a thorough investigation on the box of files. For research purposes, obviously. She winks at you. Faith, I'm not sure that's a good idea. Don't tell me aren't you a little bit curious? There could be some juicy stuff about Vic in here. Maybe some flint dirt. You're right. It's my duty as a wolf to investigate all things Flint. Especially when their name Vic is involved. But let's at least go to the VIP bar first. Don't want anyone else getting wind of this. You lead Faith to the VIP bar and drop off into one of the couches before pulling out every file you can find on the Flint family. By the time you're finished, this stack stands well above your water glasses. Geez, no wonder Mayor Trung is tough on organized crime. Vic was a menace when he was a teenager. Tell me about it. Fighting, property damage, minor arson. Takes hours to comb through all this. She looks at you over the top of the manila folder. And he did all this after a certain encounter on a boardwalk? No comment. Hey, it's not your fault you drive everyone who sees you wild. Now, what are we looking at first? I'm more interested in the property damage, fighting. I have a hard time picturing him picking on other kids at the bus stop. Something tells me we're allowed to pick all three. That's because he didn't. Here's one of the fistfights he started at a biker bar. Here's one where he tackled a guy twice his size for insulting his friend at a skate park. So basically, he has no control whatsoever. Almost like he wanted to get his ass kicked. Yeah, not the cake I expected. Faith. I'm kidding, mostly. Faith keeps flipping through the files before handing them off to you. Victor was Vic was a minor when he was most of the stuff, so I doubt anything made it into his permanent record. It was right after his dad died. I'm not sure I blame him, though. Things were pretty rough for me after we lost Clyde. Yeah, but you didn't go on a terror spree. Only because my parents wouldn't let me. I basically was in lockdown for 2 years. I doubt you'd have robbed a laundromat to steal all the quarters. Look at this. It says he hit 3 of them in a single night. What do you mean, even? What do you even do with that many quarters? Feel the weight of wealth. And then realize it's not much. Go all in at the arcade, spending spree at the local wishing well? Poor Vic. He must have had so much pent-up anger and no other ways to express it. If I got adopted by Nadia Flynn, I'd be angry too. She doesn't strike me as the maternal type. She's no worse than half the parents out there. To be fair to Nadia, she really stepped up and took care of Vic after he lost his dad. Yeah, because she needed another faithful henchman. Dylan's not detail-oriented or competent. Do you think this is when he found out about Nadia and his dad, or before? I don't know. His relationship with his dad was complicated when I met him. But it makes sense, wouldn't it? Finding out your dad isn't the hero you thought he was, and was an easy path to resenting authority in general? Well, except for Nadia. Well, that's what doesn't add up to me. Why did he stay loyal to her? You said he lost his mom long before that, right? He didn't have anyone to compare Nadia to? I guess that's true. Faith's expression grows grim as she continues searching through the folders. There aren't many reports here once Vic turns 18, but the ones there are... You snatch a file she's holding away from her, scanning nervously. He stabbed a guy down by the docks. Technically, it was only a suspected stabbing. They never found the knife. The victim wouldn't testify, and then he just disappeared. Poor guy's probably in a barrel somewhere next to Jimmy Hoffa. There's a name you haven't heard in a while. You stifle a yelp as you turn the page to find some very unnerving photos. Vic almost put someone in a coma. If you read between the lines, it sounds like Dylan did most of the work on that one. 2 points to the file. Look, he got formally charged, but Vic was only listed as a witness. This was probably before they got full hold on the police. Or what happened was so bad they couldn't not charge him. Sounds like Vic started getting more careful. Vic's no fool. Once he reached adulthood, he knew an arrest made things far more complicated. Either that or Nadia started pulling strings to keep him out of jail when he made things more complicated. She cast you a sideways glance. You know your family would do the same exact thing. Yes, but I use violence for a purpose against people who deserve it. Which is why you're a warrior princess, and he's a henchman. There has to be more here. This doesn't sound like... Barely stop yourself from saying my Vic. The Vic I met. Luckily, Faith is still too busy scanning the files to notice. Dylan messes up over and over again. Every time Vic's there, the victim and witnesses clam up. That's if they can be found. Feel a chill settle over you, and you have to fight not to shiver. Vic isn't the same man I used to know. The day he officially became a Flynn, he became just like them. A senseless, brutal killer, just like my mom said. It's a good thing we looked through this. It's nice to know what and who we're dealing with. You really think Vic is dangerous? To your family, yes. To you? Only you know the answer to that. Faith begins shoving the files back into their folders, not noticing when one falls out and catches your eye. Victor Prozorov? Isn't that his last name before Nadia adopted him? You hide the police report in your lap and quickly skim it, careful not to let the face see. This report is from Turquesa 7 years ago, the same day I was supposed to meet Vic on the boardwalk. Your chest grows tight as you read over the lines. Police report. Witnesses report the victim spent 4 hours on the boardwalk in a state of increasing agitation. Visibly upset, he then took his motorcycle out on the highway. Rain had begun to fall and conditions were slippery. Major collision off Route 45, motorcycle versus SUV, both vehicles totaled. Victim taken immediately to hospital for severe injuries. He crashed his bike that day? You can barely hold back the tears as you take in the rest of the details. Even though no one else has been hurt in the accident, Vic was cited for reckless endangerment and driving too fast for the conditions. He could have been killed. He almost was killed. Was this all an attempt to punish himself after what happened to his dad? Your stomach twists in the knots as another thought strikes you. Or was it because I didn't show up to meet him? Probably didn't show up to meet him. What's wrong, Diamond? Did you want me to pull the files back out? Faith, you've been a big help. You force a smile on your face and slip the report into your pocket. You're determined not to let Faith see how rattled you are or how guilty you feel for intruding on a private moment in Vic's past. I appreciate your help, but I should probably let my parents' associate take things from here. I'm sure they'll find some kind of leverage on the mayor. And if they don't, now you have something else against Dylan and Vic. At least my mom can't complain that I'm not doing my part anymore. Oh no, she can still do that. Don't worry, it's a parent. You can do everything in the world and they'll still fault you. You get to your feet and hoist up the stack of files on your hip. The less you dwell on the information you uncovered today, the better. 50 pounds of documentation against the Flints, and Mayor Trung should keep her happy for at least 24 hours. Gotta take the wins where you can. Later that night, you head to Club Caviar to do a little work and to drink your troubles away. What'll it be, boss? The usual? I didn't know I had a usual already. Don't worry, everyone does. Discovering it is kind of my superpower. I even know Roy's favorite. You think so, huh? Yeah, sparkling water with 1 twist of lemon, 2 twists of lime. You never drink when you're on the job, but you like to keep things fancy. I can't help laughing at how annoyed Roy looks to be found out. He's not wrong, you are very fancy. How is that fancy? Seriously. The bartender bustles away to pour the drinks. As you wait, your gaze wanders across the dance floor, only to find Vic standing near the entrance. His eyes meet yours, the intensity of his gaze enough to make your heartbeat race. I can't believe he's showing his face here after my mom nearly shot him. Not to mention I specifically told him he could only come twice a week. Giggity. You cast a glance over at Roy, who hasn't noticed Vic yet. Last thing I need is for Roy to see me talking with Vic. Tell my parents about it. I've got to get him out of here. Roy, will you please do a perimeter check? Right now? You can never be too careful. Why does it sound like a way to get rid of me? It's not, I swear. I'm just trying to use every resource at my disposal, and you're my favorite one. Roy eyes you suspiciously, but gives a curt nod, pausing just long enough to grab his sparkling water. He heads on. But when you turn back to find Vic, he's gone. That doesn't bode well. As you hightail it to your office, someone grabs your arm and you turn to see Vic, framed perfectly under the dancing neon lights. I need to talk to you. His voice is a low rumble, and his breath fans out across your cheek as he whispers. Heat pulls in your belly. Vic, can't get enough of me, can you? Can't you just look in my window like a normal creep instead of bothering me at work? This isn't funny. I wouldn't be here unless it was an emergency. I can't be seen with you right now. Haven't you gotten me in enough trouble already? He squeezes your arm where he's still holding it, and the pressure of his touch jolts up your arm like a shot of electricity. Please listen to me, Diamond. You're in danger. Real danger. Can we go somewhere to talk? You stare down at where his hand clutches you. His grip is so strong that you can't help but feel alarmed, curious, and a little turned on. I guess. Vic actually seems worried. What could have him so spooked? You cast a glance around the club. You can't risk being behind closed doors with him, but the dance floor is crowded enough for you to blend in. You're willing to risk being that close. Really? Follow me if you wish to leave. Come on. Let's go. I know it's a horrible Arnold. Go! Run! I have an idea. With Vic's hand still on your arm, you lead him into the throng of dancers. You want to dance now? It's a perfect cover. With all the people around, no one will notice us. You surge into the mass of dancers with the crowd swallows you both. It's kinda loud, don't you think? It'll be hard to hold a conversation in here. It won't kill you to pretend to like me for a few minutes. You lift your arms and start swaying to the beat, careful to keep it a safe distance from Vic's warm, hard body. What do you think you're doing? It's called a dance. You should try it sometime. Relax, Vic. It's called dancing. You give your hips a playful shimmy, heat blooming in your stomach as Vic's hungry eyes devour your every movement. I'm assuming you've heard of it? That's not what I meant, you know it. His hand drops your hips, his touch light as he tries to slow the swaying gyrations of your body. Are you sure you should be doing that? People might get the wrong idea. You're the one who suggested this, Diamond. I'm just trying to save your goddamn life. You sound so fierce, sexy, terrifying at the same time, and you can't help but shift closer to him. Fine, what danger am I in? And why are you so sure I can't take care of myself? Also, is that a gun in your pants? I just had to insert. Oh, just had to. Vic drops his mouth to your ear before speaking. His breath curls in a warm whisper down the side of your neck. It's Nadia. She knows that your parents are up to. My parents are always up to something. One of his hands slides up to the line of your back. You don't even think he's aware that what he's doing. Pulling you in, protecting you. Not like this. She knows they're planning something big, something that could change everything. Vic, how could Nadia possibly know that? Who told her about their plan? Vic's hands flex so hard that you can feel the imprint of each fingertip on your back. Does it matter? You have to step away before it's too late. I'm in a club, dude. Where am I gonna step away to? The family takes care of me. Vic, I don't know how the Flints do it, but being a wolf means trusting others to keep you safe. Vic's voice drops to a harsh, tense tone. He leans in so close that you have to almost feel every movement of his lips against yours. You don't understand what Nadia's like. She'll stop at nothing to win, no matter who gets in her way or who gets hurt in the crossfire. Is that a threat? It's a warning. All at once, the music shifts, the crowd surges and pushes until your whole body is pressed hard against him. You can hear his sharp intake of breath as your hips rock against his. I told you this was a bad idea. You're free to walk away at any time. No one's forcing you to dance with me. The music falls away in your mind, and for a moment, you're the only two people in the world. You feel a pull between you, sparking like a cable, slowly, inch by torturous inch. You bring your arms around his shoulders. You can stop me. He doesn't. Diamond. You hook your arms around his neck and grind against him, unable to resist the warm lull of his body. He struggles to get a hold of himself as you settle into the beat, and into him, his body feels hot, hard everywhere it touches yours. Let's go, Vic. Just for a minute. Even as you say it, you're not sure if you want him to go away or give in. Suddenly he groans and matches your undulating hips, beat for beat. Isn't that better? Damn it, Diamond. For once in your goddamn life, I need you to take me seriously. Or what? You'll follow me everywhere I go, gaze moodily into the distance. God, she's a moron. Ugh. He stares at you with a heat that makes you shiver, but whether you're anger or desire, you can't tell. I'm trying to help you here. Every muscle in his body is fighting to gain control and is losing. Try harder. You glance over your shoulder to spot Roy in the distance. Your bodyguard has a hand to his eyes as he scans the club for you. Damn it, Roy must have done his errand already. I should turn and drop low. Yeah, sure, why not? You roll around out of Roy's line of sight, grinding your ass hard against Vic. You work your way slowly down his body before coming back up. Diamond, you can't just... Go ahead and tell me to stop them. Groans as you shimmy against him, your arms in the air, your body rocking against his. This isn't fair and you know it. You know where the exit is. Oh, for the love of Christ. I'm not going anywhere, not until you promise to stay out of whatever your parents are planning. Holds you flush against him, so close that you can feel the heavy rise and fall of his chest as he struggles to catch his breath. Say it. Why do you care about me being involved? In case you've forgotten, our families are enemies, and so are we. Vic freezes. A flurry of emotions flashing over his face, and for once, he's not able to hide behind his hard, inscrutable mask. We're not enemies. Your breath hitches and catches in your throat. Oh yeah? Then what are we? You lift your chin in a clear challenge. If we're not enemies, what does that make us? Instead of responding, his whole body grows stiff. You come to a stop in the middle of the dance floor. You can feel the heat rising off his body as he holds you tight enough to squeeze the air from your lungs. You just don't get it, do you? You try to sway in time to the music, but you're unable to break free from Vic as he stares down into your eyes. His gaze softens just a little, and then he turns away with a scoff and lets you go, the warmth of his touch lingering. I told you what I came here to say, the rest is up to you. That's it? Take my advice, don't take my advice, I don't care, it's only your life on the line. He turns away from you, and it's clear he wants out of here, and fast. Unconsciously, before you can think it through, you reach out and put your hand on his shoulder, stopping him. Vic. He stops and looks at you, his mouth pressed in a hard, flat line. What now? Tell me, why are you doing this for me? Why are you betraying your family like this? What's in it for you? If you think I'm here for myself, you don't know me at all. Vic stalks away before you have a chance to respond. As you watch him fade into the crowd, you continue staring. I'm in danger. My family's in danger. And Vic broke all the rules to warn me. Oh, this was short and sweet. Without further ado, thanks for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. It'd be great to have you as part of the family. And we have, 13,000 plus people. So feel free to check out all the content we have with over 3,800 videos. So with that being said, what do you all think about this episode of this book that I'm literally paying money to display to all of you? Let me know in the comments section below. What's your thoughts? Really, truly, I'm always open and welcome to your opinion on this book. Or any book, really. Any chapter. Anything, really. Hopefully all of you are staying warm. Hopefully all of you are staying well. But, with that being said, love your beautiful faces. Catch you all in the next one. Peace out.